All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker for the Mastermind Summit. If you run a company and if you want to make it more profitable, next speaker is the man for you. As a profit maximizer, he helps businesses pull simple levers of finance like cost and tax and multiply their profits. His affable manner, deep knowledge, and attention to detail make him a favorite with clients. His practical understanding of organizations and their structures help him come out with quick, customized solutions. He has helped businesses come out of tax litigation smoothly. He has been board of treasurer of Professional Speakers Association of India and is a member of Standards on Auditing Committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He is an active contributor to Chartered Accountant Study Circle's monthly bulletin. He is speaking today on, oh really? Can I squeeze the maximum profits from my business? Put your hands together and help me welcome Lokesh Rajendra Babu, your profit maximizer.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Kumar. Maximum profits. Let's start with a simple hand exercise. I want you all to raise your right hands like this. Yeah, like this. Now, keep your hands like that and just try to see the other side. Through the holes, through the small gaps. Are you able to see the other side? Yes, right? Drop your hands. My mom used to say when I was young, Lokesh, the amount of gaps in your hands denotes the amount of wealth you will lose. Is your business leaking? Ladies and gentlemen, maximum profits means you have to start with the first step, which is the maximum mindset. So with that in mind, let's go into the session. What is a growing business? A growing business is one that has continuous improvement in turnover. It has continuous improvement in customers. It has continuous improvements in costs as well. And you know what? Their profits also keep increasing. And what is a stable business? A stable business is one where they have the same amount of customers, same amount of suppliers, they deal with the same suppliers, they have the same cost, same profit, almost same profits. And these are the businesses which are mostly government organizations. Now, here is a question for you. Which is better? Stable business or a growing business? Before you answer that, let me ask you a simple question. Will you be interested in working in a stable business or a growing business? Keep that in mind. Now, next question. Where will you invest? Will you invest in a stable business or a growing business? Now, let us look at the answers which you have. If you are having a stable working mindset where you are ready to work in a stable company and you want growth in your profits or in your investment, then are you willing to put in the efforts? Next, if you are having a growing mindset, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to put in my efforts, but I'm willing to invest only in a stable company, which means, are you not accepting something? Now, there is one third category, stable as well as stable. Now, if you want stable returns and stable profits, are you not forgetting something? Now, let's conclude and connect. This is very important for you as an entrepreneur. This is the mindset that is stopping you from achieving what you are trying to achieve. In fact, I was thinking about what all is stopping you from achieving maximum profits. In fact, most Indians are very good at this. We ask at a yacht, hey, how much mileage is this yacht giving, right? So such is the cost considerate mindset we have, and yet we have businesses that are not profitable. You know them, right? Now you have this new age startup businesses. They say we have plenty of customers, we have lots of turnover, but what use is that if you are not making profits? And they keep on adding more and more and more customers at a cost that cannot be sustained forever. And with that, I'll introduce you to one person. Do you identify this person? Yeah, he is Lokesh Junjunwala. And this is the timeline of his pictures. What do you see? Do you see something common? He is having some computers. In fact, not just one monitor. He is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over the years, the count of computers has gone above. And let me introduce you to something else. Feeling nostalgic? This is the scoreboard of World Cup when we started afresh. And later, when I was a kid, when Sehwag, Sachin were playing, this is the scoreboard. And recently, this is the same scoreboard. There is no big difference. In fact, we have several separate things. We call them as dashboards. These dashboards keep track of certain numbers. And whatever different kinds of dashboards you have seen, like how many runs have been saved by someone, and who has got the maximum runs, maximum wickets, all these are what? Specialized dashboards. In fact, this is Rural Electrification Corporation having which village is having the connection, which village is not having connection. And then we have Andhra Pradesh CM having his own entire government managed with a simple dashboard. And this is our own PM having a dashboard where he monitors closely all these numbers. In fact, let us look at this way. In a cockpit, what is this called? Once again, this is called dashboard. When you are driving a car, what do you call it, which is in front of you? Dashboard. And this dashboard keeps track of most important numbers that drive your vehicle. Same way, in your business also, what is the dashboard that you have which keeps track of numbers that drive your business? In fact, the basic idea behind the dashboard is governed by one other thing called measurement. Now you know that you need to be having a stable or growing mindset, whichever it is, and you need to also have a dashboard. What is the most important thing that is keeping you from running, maintaining the dashboard? Are you measuring? In fact, when you do not measure, this is the result. In fact, the same old saying goes like that. Measure twice, cut once. Why? It gives you precision. And what is not measured cannot be managed. What you focus on expands. How many of you recall this progress record? You never gave it to your mom and father thinking that your holiday will be gone, okay? So like that, we also have a progress record for business. What is it? Your balance sheet and P&L. Now let's say there is a survey that was conducted where in the survey, some 14 major companies were surveyed, and they segregated it into all companies and those with financial difficulties. And if you look at that, in fact, the last item says, does the business owner perform financial analysis on monthly financial statements? It's a resounding 0. And there lies the answer. If you are not financially literate and you are not taking care of your business on a monthly basis, then you will lose profits. I went ahead and saw whether India is financially educated. In fact, major economies have their financial literacy at almost 80%, and we are not even halfway. We are less than 50%. So which means that let's connect this with next important aspect. There was also this survey which was conducted on 111 startups from 2018, and guess what was the major reason for failure? Once again, on top it is, on top, ran out of cash, failed to raise new capital, and that was the topmost reason. No wonder, in a country where financial literacy is not there, businesses are bound to fail by mismanagement of finance. And this is what we call financial risk. In your business, who is managing this financial risk? I know you might say, I have an accounts department, I'm being guided by CEO, CFOs. But the question is, are they financially educated? And financial risk has several steps. Like, you have to identify the risk, you have to rank the risk, you have to analyze them, you have to keep monitoring the risks, and you have to mitigate the risk. These are several steps, and who is taking care of it? Let me give you one simple example for you to understand. So, when we had this flooding that happened in 2015, we were not aware. We couldn't control it. But we have systems which have been placed based on years of risk knowledge. Then we started measuring very simple factors like what is the amount of rainfall, how much is the river level, and we kept on identifying what is the decision. And when we decided, we propagated the message to everybody. And once we propagated the message, of course, it became easier and easier. There was an evacuation center, and there were relief goods which were all ready. This is what we call disaster management. And this is possible because we were able to measure and track certain simple factors like what is the rainfall, what is the water level, and what is the decision threshold. This was possible because they were able to measure. And measurement gives you one superpower. This is called accuracy and precision. Only accountants are worried about the numbers. Hey, what is this numbers here? These accountants keep on doing something. Yeah, because they are so worried about accuracy and precision. If at all one number is not tallying, the accountant will keep doing the same thing again and again. Hey, 90 paisa, what you are doing? No, I want it to be correct. So that kind of accuracy and precision is possible when you are measuring your numbers. And this, as a policy, not only has a benefit of giving you a system whereby you can analyze the data. So this system is possible when you measure. Now you not only get this benefit of measuring and achieving something, in fact, you connect it to your company's goals. How many of you notice that you are not able to achieve some vision and mission you have? Because they are not connected with goals. They are not connected with key performance indicators. We call them as key performance indicators. And they are in turn are not connected to performance indicators. And this is possible when you have numbers in place. Now that I have given you the mindset, now that I have told you what is stopping you from achieving your maximum profits, you need to measure, you need to analyze, you need to have dashboards. And now let's enter into a method which I call breadcrumbs method. How many of you recall that childhood story where one kid got lost, the kid got kidnapped, and the kid was found 7 hills away, right? How did they find? Simply the kid threw some breadcrumbs en route, and these breadcrumbs led the hero of the story to the kidnapper, and then he actually rescued the kid from the kidnapper. And the same logic we can apply in business. Let's start with what is profits. Profits is nothing but your sale minus cost. In order to increase your profit, in order to improve your profit, you have to drive only 2 factors. You have to improve the sales, or you have to reduce the cost. Very simple, pretty basic. And When you say sales, there are only two factors. If you are, let's you are selling something, it could be quantity multiplied by rate per item. And also, if you are into service, it will be hours multiplied by rate per hour. But when it comes to cost, that's where your financial knowledge comes in. In fact, fixed cost, variable cost, several costs are there. There are 13 different costs that you have to manage. And when you manage them, you will be able to take not just emotional decision, you can take data driven decision. What are these data driven decisions? Very simple. Like Arundhati Roy says, be the god of small things. You manage small numbers. Don't do this big data analytics and all. That is not for us. Small data analytics and all we can do. In fact, we have been doing this small data analytics from the last several years. Now only it has become data analytics is the sexiest job of the century. Okay. So all that is now. You have to do small data analytics. Every business has 3 stages of growth. 3 stages in fact. One is the expansion stage, and then you have to contract, and then the next stage is your maintenance stage. Now, keeping in line with the topic of the day, I will discuss only expansion KPIs. What are the numbers? Lokesh, you have said I have to measure my numbers. I have to have them on a dashboard so that I can monitor them regularly. And also you have said that I have to build that financial literacy mindset. I have to develop my team basically. But what are the numbers I should track, Lokesh, right? So the basic idea is from this wonderful book by Pete William, Cadence. I would urge that you go ahead and read this particular book. There, the steps have been laid out. In any business, you have the traffic coming in. We call them as leads, and then from there you have opt-ins happening, and from there conversions happen, and then a customer buys from you, and he buys several items, and each item can be at a certain price, and this is all going to contribute to your profit. So there are 7 steps. Step 1, it's almost like attracting a girl. Get them to notice your business. Get those people to interact with your business. How many of them are actually buying from them? And then, are they buying the most expensive item? And if they are buying that also, how many times are they buying? If you make them buy once again and they are coming back, then now that you have made the profits, how much of it goes into your pockets? Is your cost in control? So therefore, with Kaizen costing, we say Kaizen costing. Kaizen costing is like, Kaizen is continuous improvement. So you focus only on 10% win in all of these key performance indicators, like who are the suspects, who are the prospects, how many conversions do I get, what is the average item per sale, how many items I'm selling, and what is the transaction, what is the margin. If you track this, my friends, you can double your profits. Here is an illustrative example where suspects were 1 lakh before, and after that they become 1,10,000, 10% margin, 10% increase. Prospects out of that 20%, 20,000, they became 24,200. Like that, you see, it kept on increasing. And if you look at the previous stage where they were able to make only 66,000 as profit, now they are able to make 1,28,000 as profit, which means they have doubled the profits just by getting 10% wins in the 7 KPIs which I discussed. Is your business also focusing on these numbers? If not, it's time to go back and focus on these numbers. And there are also something called maintenance KPIs. Basically, now that you have achieved a certain amount of profit, you need to maintain that profit, right? So once again, we do it with the help of certain dashboards. You don't change the methods when you are not achieving your, so you don't change the goal when you are not achieving it. You change the methods. So we have something called sample dashboards, which we show you here. So basically, like, you look at what is the margin, what is the OPEX ratio, what is the operating expense, why certain expenses are shooting up. So all that you track with one simple dashboard. And when you look at the sales funnel, what is the time that my team is taking? What is the average cycle length? It's 18.4 days. And okay, what is the breakup? So 3.2 days when they sit on the opportunity, and 4 days to get into a proposal, and 7.1 days to get a negotiation, and then they close by 4 days. So all in all, total 18.4 days. So like that, you are able to have complete control over the process with the help of dashboards. Now, I'm not discussing contraction KPIs today. There are several things like this, like you can basically match your actual budgeted items with the budgeted items with the actuals, and you can do a variance analysis. And then you can also prepare a cost sheet where it will show you what are the particulars of cost, and you can basically look at the cost and analyze where the cost is shooting up. And it has lots of inputs in decision making, lots of applications in decision making. You can decide whether to make or buy a particular commodity from a vendor. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also do ratio analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's raise our hands. Raise your right hands. Now clasp your hands together. Okay, now you can't see those gaps, right? In fact, keep it like this. This is why you keep it like this in temples. So when you keep it like this, money will never flow out. Thank you. This is what financial literacy is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, maximum business profits. Thank you.